welcome to The Point here on the Tarleton Sports Network. Our guest today is sophomore pitcher Bryce Hackett, who is off to an impressive start for your Tarleton Texan baseball team. On the mound this season, having already pitched in 16 and a third innings. He's posted an ERA of 2.76, struck out 15 batters in just 3 starts. And Bryce is a transfer from Weatherford College. Bryce, welcome to the show. We appreciate you taking a couple of minutes today to visit with us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off by just talking about what made you pick Tarleton State University. You're at Weatherford College, very successful for a year there. You have the sophomore season, and then, of course, just like everybody else, you get the extra year because you don't get to finish that season because of COVID last year. What made you make the decision to come out to Tarleton State University?
Well, Coach Meade contacted me right in the middle of everything going crazy. I think it was like he had been contacting me, I think, 2 weeks before we got canceled. So I'd been in contact with him for a little bit. But he called me pretty consistently, so I knew that he wanted me, and he really needed some starting pitching is what he told me. So I was really interested, and I was talking to some other people, but not like as heavy as I was Tarleton. And I knew I even got the option to go back to Weatherford since last year didn't count.
Sure,
but I already had about like 78 hours taken in junior college or something like that. So I knew academically it just didn't make sense. So, and then whenever Coach Meade, I called him one night and just after I talked to my family and friends and stuff and told him that I was going to be a Texan, and I was really excited about it.
We're glad you're here. You're doing really well. It's been an interesting last year. You know, you talked about that a little bit. What did you do, during the time when everybody was kind of, at home? How did you stay in shape? I know Meade tells me that you're a really hard worker. How'd you stay in shape and get ready for your first year here at Tarleton?
Well, during luckily I work out at a facility that's pretty top tier. I'd say it's one of the best in the country. It's called APEC in Fort Worth, and the trainers there are excellent. And it's actually where Patrick Mahomes and Trevor Story and a bunch of people work out there. So I was able, whenever the pandemic happened, they set up a good plan for college students to go up there and work out. So I would go up there pretty much 5-6 days a week and get some workouts in. And then to keep up with throwing, I would throw private lessons with my pitching instructor at the time, which was Brantley Freeman. I still work with him. So I did that pretty much the entire time leading up to come back to school. But other than that, just did stuff on my own and stuff like that. But that's pretty much what I did.
So I got to ask, if Mahomes works out there, have you ever got to meet Pat Mahomes?
No, I've worked out. I've seen him there a bunch of times. Actually, fun fact, I saw him the day after he signed his $400 million deal or whatever. I saw him. He was there. We were working out, and our trainers came up to us and told him, like, no one can go up to him and bother him during his workout or anything. So we just kind of were in shock and looking at him and stuff, but he just did his own thing, and it's just kind of like it's obviously not a normal guy, but he's up there quite a bit in the off season. So,
well, that's neat. You've got to do a couple of neat things this year when it comes to places to play for sure. Globe Life Field and Texas A&M, two great places. I got to go to those deals as well and call the games. What were your thoughts on first playing at Globe Life Field?
Well, Globe Life was awesome, especially it being a new field. I haven't been there. I know they played there. The Rangers got to play there last year, but that was my first experience there, and really first experience at a pro stadium, like being on the field. That is. Sure. So it was at first pretty overwhelming. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to pitch that day just because I had a scheduled start on the weekend, but just being able to there and just soak everything in was awesome, and get to play on the same surface as a pro team was great.
You talk about that surface. That's an interesting surface itself. It's like it's not the normal tire. It's like coconut shells or something like that.
Yeah,
it smell like the beach down there?
Yeah, it was like sand or something. It was kind of weird. It was a ball would skip and hit the outfield, and you'd see like all that sand-like substance and stuff kick up. So it was definitely different.
Next night, you guys get to go out to Bluebell Park and play against Texas A&M and give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
Thought we might pull it off there for a minute. It came up a little bit short, but that had to be a really exciting experience as well. What did you take away from that?
Yeah, that one was honestly, I actually liked A&M better than Global Life just because it was more of a college experience for sure. Because they have a pretty good reputation of their fans being rowdy and everything like that. And even though there wasn't with COVID, there wasn't allowed to be all the fans there. They still put the student section right next to our bullpen and everything, so they were kind of heckling everybody down there, and it was fun though because I wasn't pitching that game either, but I ran down to our bullpen phone wasn't working, so I ran down to the bullpen, telling guys to get warm, and they were screaming at me, calling me the messenger boy and everything like that. So it was definitely a good experience though. They still had they have the ball chant whenever you throw too many balls in a row and stuff. They say like ball five, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. So we
Yeah.
only luckily got to that twice, but it was definitely fun to play there.
Well, good deal. So talk about just your time so far on the mound. You're at Weatherford. I think before that you went to Kennedale High School, right?
Correct.
What's the differences in coming and pitching at Tarleton as compared to the other places you've been thus far?
Well, obviously going Division 1, everybody is like really good, talented. So I knew that coming in, and so I knew I had to make some adjustments in terms of mentally and stuff. I just some things I would struggle with at Weatherford and even in high school was just like being confident in myself. And I worked with my trainers and stuff like that, and just being able to be confident with myself and knowing that whoever steps in the box doesn't matter what opponent it is. I'm just gonna do me and keep going. So, but junior college was definitely a good experience, and there was a lot of talent. But I knew going Division 1 that every single team we play, every 1 through 9 is gonna be good hitters. So.
Talk about some of the people that you've spoken with before. I know you're friends with Nathan Hickey's younger brother, and by the way, I think you're also friends with the former All-American Nathan Hickey.
Yeah.
What have you ever talked to him before? Has he ever given you any tips when it comes to stepping on the bump here at Tarleton State?
I've never really asked him about tips and stuff. I played golf with him and played a lot of video games with him before, so I've definitely talked to him quite a bit. But I definitely saw his stats, and he was definitely a stud when he was here. So he just like I said, I haven't really talked to him much about baseball, but he's a definitely good dude.
Well, I talked to Coach Meade before doing this interview. One of the things he said, you were a really big time competitor, and I know that Nathan was as well, or is as well. I'm sure that carries over to golf and to video games. That some pretty competitive video games in golf there when you went against him.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely better than me at golf, but it's video games is fun too. We're definitely both competitive, so we like to win and get angry when we lose and stuff like that, or one of us does better than the other. But it's a good time.
Tell me you can beat London Green at Madden. I hope so, because he got smoked.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm horrible at sports video games, but that was a bad appearance. So I'm sure I could find a way to do better than that.
So we talked about a little bit golf and video games. What are those the only things you do away from the classroom and the field, or do you have other hobbies?
Pretty much golf. I picked up golf really heavy during quarantine, whenever that first started, or COVID first started. So I've only been playing for like a year, but I love doing that. Video games, I haven't been doing it much this semester just because of how busy we are with traveling and school and stuff like that. So I pretty much just focus on studies and baseball. But other hobbies, watch Netflix sometimes. Not a huge. I like to move around and stuff, so I can't really just sit and watch TV a lot. But I also watch a lot of other college highlights on YouTube, all their college baseball highlights. So I guess that's another thing I like to do.
Looking at your shirt, you've got a School of Kinesiology shirt on.
Yeah.
What's it like taking classes over there, and do you know what you want to do with that kinesiology degree?
Yeah, it's definitely a good program, and I knew that was another reason I wanted to come to Tarleton because I knew they have a good kinesiology program, and I was going to major in that. But I want to be a physical therapist whenever baseball career is done and everything like that. So I definitely got a lot of school ahead of me. But that's why I wanted to come here, get a good education, and take some classes that were challenging.
Well, Bryce, man, our time is up. I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes out of your day. I know you're really busy in the middle of the season right now to speak with us. Want to wish you continued good luck. Keep going at him on the mound, and we hope to see good things from you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Bryce Hackett. He is a sophomore pitcher here at Tarleton State University for your Texans. Keep an eye on him as we've heard good things all the way around about Bryce Hackett. I want to remind everybody and tell you thank you for tuning in to The Point. If you have a minute or two, go to tarletonsports.com. If you have any questions about tickets, information, or what's going on at Tarleton State University, tarletonsports.com. All right. Until next time, everybody, thanks for tuning in to The Point, and we will see you at the game.